Hi guys, today's topic is anonymous in our class. Now the question is, what is anonymous? Anonymous means having no name. What is inner class? When a class is declared within another class, this is called as word. Inner class in Java. You know that why we use inner class? I think we use inner class for word encapsulation. But simple word, they ask you the question, what is anonymous inner class? And why I use anonymous inner class? That is the main thing. You see, when you think about anonymous inner class, you have to, I saw that most of the guys always tell that it is very difficult concept. No. When we discuss about anonymous inner class, we can think that it is an alternate of word inheritance. It is nothing else, it is an alternate of inheritance. Either I use inheritance or I use word anonymous inner class. But the basic advantage is that it is an alternate of inheritance and it supports word encapsulation. Now, anonymous inner class means here that is word, the class having no name. But what are the 4 points you have to remember? With my experience, I just tell you that for anonymous inner class, you have to remember only 4 points. That is enough to write the code. Now see, what is the first point? What you have to remember, the first point is word. In case of anonymous inner class, name of the class here is name of the class is specified by compiler. Here the name of the class is not specified by the programmer. You know that you are the programmer. You are not specifying the name of the class. But the name of the class is specified by what you see. It is specified by compiler. That is the first point. You just remember that is the first point. When I write the code, I see that in case of anonymous inner class, the name of the class is not specified by programmer, but the name of the class is specified by the compiler. That is the first point you have to remember. Second, what is the second point is, it tells that is in case of anonymous inner class, anonymous inner class is the child class of the class which is used after new keyword. Now see, the second point is it must be, it means word anonymous inner class. It must be child class of. It must be the child class of the class. Here you see, it must be the child class of the class which is, here you see, which is used after new keyword. Why? After new keyword. When I write the code, I specify that after new keyword, whatever the class name I specified, anonymous inner class must be the child class of that class. That is the second point you have to remember. The third point, what the third point is, it supports the additional feature of word method overriding. As everybody knows that method overriding is only possible in case of word inheritance. You know that as it is an alternate of inheritance, it supports the additional feature of word method overriding. Now you see, the third one is it supports method overriding. Yeah, you see, it supports method overriding. The last feature, what is the last feature is here the declaration and instantiation done on the same line. There is another point you have to understand. What is that? Declaration and instantiation. Here you see, and instantiation of the class. Here you see, of the class. But on same line, here you see, done in same line. So I have to explain it by the help of a simple application. Check here. This is the theoretical part. These are the 4 points. And you have to remember these 4 points. The simple one is Here the name of the class is not given by the programmer, but the name of the class is given by compiler. The second point is word. It must be the child class of the class which is used after new keyword. Third, it supports alternate of inheritance. It supports the addition of feature of word, method of writing. What is the last point? The declaration and instance system of the class done at the same time. Now, you see, this is the point you have to understand. But if somebody asks you, why you use the anonymous in a class, you tell that it is nothing else. It is an alternate of word inheritance. Now see, I will just show you a simple example where you understand what actually happens here. See, take an example. I declare an interface. Here you see interface X. X is an interface. Now I just use a method that is called as void form. You know that whatever the methods I declare within an interface, that is the implicit keyword abstract, public and abstract. You know that abstract method bound to override where? In the child class. Now this is abstract method. I have another method that is called as void so. Now check, this interface contains how many abstract methods? 2. And all these 2 abstract methods bound to override where? In the child class. Now here you see, I just write here, that is class, that is test. Test is the class. Now, what it tells, either your class inherit from X interface or you use word anonymous inner class. Because anonymous inner class is the alternate word inheritance. Now, as it is the topic of anonymous inner class, I am not using inheritance, I am using the alternate of inheritance, that is word anonymous inner class. Now you see, what is my next job? I just write here public file static. Now you just write void main. What I can pass here, that is string. Here you see ARGs. Now anyway, that is a particular start here. That's the main. Now what is anonymous? I'll show you. I started from anonymous here. Here you see this is the anonymous. Here you see anonymous inner class. I already covered how many points you have to remember. You have to remember 4 points that I show you. Where I write here XAB is equal to neo X. This is what I word anonymous inner class. I start anonymous inner class. What the first point is? Here the name of the class is given by whom? Compiler. Here, in this case you see, the name of the class is not given by me. The name of the class is given by the compiler. It must be the child class of the class which is used after new keyword. So this anonymous inner class, which is whose name is specified by the compiler, it must be the child class of which class? X. So X is the base interface, and X is the base interface. Anonymous inner class is the child class of word X. Now you see, it supports the additional feature of method overriding. Here you see, I just write here override. This is the annotation I used. It indicates the compiler. Both the method of interface can be override in the anonymous inner class because it is an alternate of word inheritance. I just write here, there is a find public. Here you see, there is a void, that is form. Here you see. Now, inside the form method, I just print a message. What the message I can print? System.output, that is the print name. I just write here, there is a hello JPS. As you all are the student of Java Technocat, then I just write here, hello JPS, fine. Here you see, I just override the first method, that is the form method I override. But another method you are bound to override. What the method is? So, I just write here at the rate override. Here you see. When I write at the rate override, I can override the second method. What is the method is? Public void so. Now check here, I start body. Yeah, you see. Now, what is my next job within the body? What I write? I just write here, that is the file system, that out, that is the print array. I just write here, that is the hello. I pass here, that is hello. Now, that is the end of the block. Yeah, you see, I override both the method. Now, what is the anonymous? See here. Now, I enter the block here. This is anonymous. The body starts from here in this area and the body is ended here. Now, when the body is ended here, object is created in this line. What the last point is? The first point is name of the class is given by compiler. Here the anonymous inner class name is given by compiler. The second point, it must be the child class of the class which is used after new keyword. Anonymous inner class must be the child class of X interface. Third, it supports the additional feature of method overriding. You know that. In X interface there are two abstract methods are there. An abstract method bound to override where? In the child class or in anonymous inner class. Last point. The declaration and instantiation of the class done on the same line. I declare the class here, enter the class here. Yeah, you see. This is a single line because the line terminated here. In case of a programming language, a line is always ended through semicolon. Over. Now, after that, I have to call the method av.fun. Yeah, you see, that is av dot, that is so. End of the main, end of the class. Over. This concept is called as word of anonymous inner class. I just described what are the concepts you have to remember. What is the anonymous inner class? When somebody asks you what is anonymous inner class, you just explain like this. You have to remember only 4 points to describe anonymous inner class in Java. Thank you.